All right, welcome to Xalapa. Foundation location, Milenko. Spring water, spring foundations, spring and mountains location to its connections. It's powerful when we come in this. The atmosphere is very high rise. We got a lot of gyros, connectional levels, and roosters that come every morning trying to get in position location and calculations. It's amazing when you come in different frequencies. You understand the avatar system locations. You understand you're sitting on a couch, you're looking at a plant, you got shape position line centers, you got another pillow up here, position location, you got light track and interference, square line center interference, high position location calculation. So all it is the avatar has to learn how to balance these things out, right? But I'm trying to get used to this. This is my second day in Xalapa, and it's very it's comfortable but strange. It takes like between 24 to 40 hours to get the adjusted location to its connections. And then I go into a Lobos and Alenco. Then I go from there to connections of Gulf of Mexico. So it's amazing too, because when the avatar travels, it's already done these things already. So it's already gone through its graph, it's already gone through its calendar, and it's already gone through position of space time. But it's the physical line that goes into the program setting from its beginning. So it gets affected on every single day sequence. It's incredible when you get into that fourth direction of time center. All right. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. I got things set up. We're going to go through weather patterns and interference. We're going to go through tunnel defense, high position locations, tornadoes, high level connections. We're going to go to water line channels. We're going to go to water surface underlying conditions. You guys are going to use your hand formation and interference location and calculations. I got the weather set up in coordinates. It's set up position location to its connections. You guys are all going to be on a position of a beach. That beach is going to be with sand. It's going to be communications of water. It's going to be structural location simulation. It's going to open up high-rise position line centers. You guys have to get into your activation line position locations, calculations, really understand how to communicate with weather, right? It's all through the activation of its avatar. It's not just sequence locations of, the avatar through its understanding. It's the communicational levels of the mind is. It's the controlling system to decode system. The mirror alkaline center position locations, the methods of communication, the activation line conditions. You guys are feeling different now, right? The energy is different. You're feeling hot. It feels like a sauna because I'm here. The physical line system is here, and then it's affecting your avatar system. And this is a true understanding when you come in that position locations, right? So it's amazing when you travel, you have to learn how to balance everything through your weather from inside. And changing everything from inside affects everything from its outside system. As long as you stay in the simulation line position, you're fine. But as soon as you go in the outline style rotation interference and you change your thought position locations, you're in a different weather pattern, different galaxy, different universe. Oh, let me say that again. Different universe, which means you're no longer in the fifth dimension. You could be in the eighth dimension. Whoa, at the eighth dimension, what happened to 6 and 7? Well, you just time jump, position locations, backtrack interference to your thought patterns. What just happened through calculation? I changed everything that formation to its position. Make sure you have your water. It's very important. Wow, it's so hot here. I'm not used to, living in Mexico, yes, but it's not really a trip, is it? If you're in Mexico, I'm not like a tourist. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! And so it's all about understanding that you have to be very informative because the atmosphere changes the physical line center. So we really have to focus on weather. Just try to get into the flow. Try to use your hand. Try to get into the synchronous location. Try to get into the mantras. Try to get into the Buddha. Try to get into the Dalai Lama. Try to get into how to use the hand position. Try to understand how you see these things. So try to get into the weather. Just find a way to get into the flow. Find the yin and yang of the galaxy. Find the yin and yang from inside you. And it's a flowing direction of time, right? It's very powerful when we do this, the calculations. I have the code signal set up in position locations. 5-10 minutes, we'll get ready. Just going to go down the list. Send location to its connections. I put force line positions. It's all about our energy fields, energy bubbles, right? So that's the first thing you look at is protecting your lights. Jill has it going. Don has it going. Bell has it going. Aesthetic audio works. For all the new viewers, just watch. Try to pay attention. Try not to look and see everything in calculation when it comes into all levels. the general. Try to focus on me as nothing but vibration. And that's what we have to get into. We're in a fifth dimensional of consciousness that truly understand the avatar position. And the only way we can do that is through vibration. Now, that's just a hum, but it's vibration inside. So if I touch my arm, right, it reacts, okay, because I'm allowing it to react. And then if I touch it again, it won't react. So your body has to understand position and balance, location of the male and the female aspect, location of the avatar through its wires, right? So if I want to change something, it changes me inside, right? So it's all about pushing the buttons, and exactly know which button to press, right? Which number to change. Calculation, modification, line conditions, change position locations, all levels, the operation line center. Understand what the mind is, the collaboration. Decoding locations and methods, position locations, high level system location to its connection. Once the avatar understands the mind and what it is through its sets, it really understands its position to its locations, right? But it's fantastic being here in Xalapa. There's lots to do. There's a lot of foundations with it too, with Nalenko, where it came into all positions, where the Spanish people came in for the first time and made it their own foundation into the mountains of water. The conditional levels of that water, spring water is a mountain location to its position. It's pretty amazing when it comes in that position. Other than that, it's very hot. Like I said, I'm just trying to get used to the atmosphere change. Usually it all depends on where the avatar is. If you really see yourself traveling faster, you know that you've done really, really well with your position. The mind knows exactly where to set locations. And it's important you understand how to set up crop circles. When I was traveling position yesterday, I was setting up crop circles of mountains, 16,000 line positions. And this is how you change the atmosphere location to its avatar system. So it's higher levels of oxygen. Try to get the balanced locations every single time you travel. Like if you're on a plane, you get off a plane, you're in a different atmosphere. You're in a different time, different coloration, different intelligence, different timeline, different heart position line center, different oxygen line center locations, oxygen line system locations. It's all through oxygen, right? Oh, I can't breathe, right? So you got to find a way to breathe. So you got to communicate with the weather, right? You have to communicate with the weather. You can't go anywhere else. You have to go inside the position location, which is all levels of the avatar. That's how it communicates all levels of weather, but you have to learn how to integrate locations, all levels. So galaxy shifts in so many level position line system. So try to use the galaxy system. We're going to go through the galaxies of swirls. Now it set up the code position of weather. It's going to be pretty fascinating seeing yourself really get into structural location simulation. Everybody's going to be in a simulation. You have to learn how to use all your hand formation line positions, your finger point locations, electronic interference, program center locations to get into your barcode line center. See, it's all through light. See the light? See, light, dark, light, dark. There's a reason why that's there. There's a reason why that's there. It's all about change, right? Try to find the change, See, it's all about how to balance. And the thing is, when I look at the atmosphere, everything from inside is now out, but it's now space. And it's amazing where everything line connects. It's like pulling this across, looking in, moving that over, bringing that out, throwing that out, putting that in, turning this, turning that. Okay. So it's about shifting things, putting it back in position locations. Because all weather is connections of waves, energy, vibration, frequencies. That's all it lives on. It doesn't live on anything else. So you have to balance your system locations wherever you go through episode change location to its condition of weather. I did a very powerful video on TikTok, I think it was a year and a half ago, everything that goes on with the earth position, perception location to its conditions, and how you go into the grounds, you go into the fires, the waters, and the airs. You have to learn how to use all that from inside, understand the weather, the synchronicities of weather, the calculations of weather, the positions of weather, because it changes so much, Also, too, try to understand if weather is very strong and you see, let's say, a paper cup and it's swirling and it's spinning. You can actually see what the galaxy is doing with the weather of that spinning cup. It's creating a story frame. It's going from here and then it's going here, and then spinning over here, right? And then it comes down here, and then comes back over here, right? So it's creating an orchestra. It's creating a rhythm pattern. So you have to really understand its relation to its weather, right? Because it's nothing but a story. Your whole life's a story. So is the weather. You just can't see it yet until you understand the avatar of its connection. It's amazing when you see these things. So we have to find a relation where we come into variations and how we can come into that calculation. It's important you understand these things, right? Because it's different changes of weather. Weather has its position, but it has its balance and its yin and yang of the male and the female aspects of everything. And that's what humanity's coming into. You guys are just starting off with the fifth dimension of conscious line centers. The galaxy is on every universe line position locations. That's inside of you. The more you high rise, the more you connect to higher vibration of intelligent locations. But it's amazing when you see these things, when it changes everything through its atmosphere. Pretty powerful stuff. So, wow, I'll tell you, getting used to the atmospheres, it does a lot to your circuits. All right, Rainer, how's it going? Michael, how's it going? Jill, how's it going? Airbender, Alicia, Amber. All right, yeah, ground yourself. Any questions or comments is afterwards on TikTok, please. Travel is very important. Travel is all about you understanding memory. It's not about convincing anybody but yourself. It's nothing about proving anything or that position location. It's just coming into levels. Now, what's happening right now is truly everything through Jupiter and Neptune. Okay, two powerful planets and position locations coming in number frame line center of 0.1111.01. Track interference, 5-dimensional location avatar system coming into a new fluctuation channel. Map line center, time frequency co-line position, putting everybody into its teleportation units of its avatar of operation. That's what's happening right now, and we all have to get used to these things. It's like solar graphs, solar interference, polarity line centers, polarity location to its connection. Space is complicated, but it's not. Just because space is complicated, it is complicated? No, because I just changed that. Did you see that? Did you see what I just did? I changed the word framing. Complicated. As soon as you say complicated, the weather connects with that. So what are you changing from inside of you? You're changing weather outside. Very fast, very easy, especially when you're light, because it identifies you through all levels of energy. It understands your waving sequence and where you are through the alpha, delta, theta, beta, omega system. It doesn't matter. It's all connected to all levels of you. Okay? Especially when you come to high position locations. Truly understand what your heart is through operation, right? It's the inner channel. It's the charging mechanism of time location. It's the heart electrical light connections. It's a palpitation. It's the solar graph interference. It's the clocking system, right? It's a pacemaker. It's everything through calculations. It's electrical line connection interference. It's a program setting. It's a baseline position. Heart can be many, many forms of everything, but the avatar has to remember these things. So what's the point of going outside if you can't control the weather inside of you? You understand? So it's important to start with the basics. So after class, I want everybody to go outside and connect with plants. Connect with plants. You know, really understand, you know, what it is and how it's calculated, how it moves, you know, how you use electronic interference, how to move things. You know, I'm touching it, right? But I can touch it because I've already connected with it, right? You never touch anything. You always scan first because you never know what the intelligence is. Everything is produced through energy. And this plant could be sitting here for 10 years and still be alive. 5 years, it all depends location. So when you're seeing these, you're seeing it actually in the current location to its connections. Now it's sending energy waves back to me. But what energy wave is it? To connect with the plant, it's all position locations, all right, to its theta. This is the theta plant. That's the vibration that's reaching location to its connections, right? How do I know that? It's the coloration that's inside and how the plant feels through vibration. Coloration changes location to its connection. So it could be a happy planet or it could be a sad planet. Not enough seed, not enough water, not enough soil, not enough care. TLC, tender loving care, people. That's all you got to do with the avatar system is really understand the appreciation of everything inside which appreciates you more from outside position. So it's amazing how we do these things to calculations. All right. So just started through. I'll take it out. No complaints here. Okay, crystal gray connections to the third eye now. Okay, not yet. Okay, my team's already traveling. Wow, I can see that already. Lights checked on, the Thunderbird sparking well. So excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see these things. The avatar travels even before it's still communicating. That's pretty funny. Funny. Yeah. All right. So we're getting calculation with modified signals. All right. I just wanted to show you how important it is to know exactly what you're dealing with the avatar, especially when you go into higher levels of conscious system. That's all this is. It's just reaching higher program setting of energy, vibration, frequencies. You just have to learn how to balance these things out. Now, if you can balance that, you can balance out higher levels of intelligence because everybody's at a different frequency location. All right. So the connection to the wash machine. That's intelligence, right? How it spins. Washer and dryer. Everything's electronic, magnetic, force position. You guys have to understand the avatar of electronics, the magnetic force, the polarity system, the pulsar communications. Connections at all levels. When we start off with the sun and the moon, you put it together, you got the eclipse. Well, we're going to have a solar graph line center, polarity interference locations, all levels of Jupiter and position of Neptune. Okay, so in position location is trying to understand Neptune is high line center of abundance communication. Jupiter is a high rotation line position of spiritual location. That's puts two line center location of physical Pisces year, right, of 1969. All position locations is bringing all the avatars back to the sun to its system, right? So all right, so the weather line center set up position locations. Now it's equalized its system. It's in a box line locations. It's slash line connection to communication system. Now I got trailing line center location at 369. Pattern interference location, position line center. Plasma line center, vector coordinate interference locations. Line signal interference line position location calculations. Sonar and position line center. Okay, two waving cycles and high position line center rotation. Fluctuation line centers, channel line center, power and interference location, ground line center to the atmosphere location, do its calculations. We got square reference interference line position locations. We have a question mark. Now that question mark is half line center of 8 system locations. So it's not a question mark, right? Remember I told you about the alphabetical line center? You have to change position location in the avatar system. That's how it communicates its anomalies. It changes position location to calculations. A 2 bracket line system, question mark in position, 2 point center, 1 at top line center, a connection of northwest line center, and everything, all position location of southeast high position. Okay, so we got the Highline Center. We have Oracle Line Channel. It's in position locations at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 position locations into Bracket Line Centers. Okay, northwest, south, and east, high position. Circle rotation of Planet Line Center locations into 007. Ooh-ah. In calculation modification of weather. Right? That's exactly what everything is in calculation. Right? So it's understanding what you're creating. That's the most important thing. Really see it for what it is, right? So activate the weather line center, position location, all the observers interference location, give them the tunnel line center interference line, electrical light and connections, get them into weather position locations, sacred interference, change the code line center interference locations to all position of GFA to GFLs and rebellion. Set the core line center position location in this calculation. All right, 40 minutes, have fun. It's amazing how you take these things out of equation location. Now, see the hieroglyphic location. This is AI position, very high rise. This is very high rise at AI. It's all geographic location on map, right? 40 minutes, have fun. All through weather pattern line center. All right. Travel time, position, location, and calculations. So portal opening, great zoom, soaring over the ocean, traveling to like weather at once. Yeah, headed towards land. Yeah. So in position, it's try to understand calculations how to use weather through galaxy interference, guys. You truly have to understand these things because it modifies all signal locations to your connections. All right. All right. So let's say we go through wind graph line center into blue. Right. Blue location, set up position, location, line conditions. So try to understand its relation to its position. All right. So this is you through calculation right away. All right. That's you. All right. Now, understanding how to connect to all levels of galaxy location and wind factors. Here's one here, position. Okay. Here's another one, position, location. All right. Here's another one, position, location. Okay. And here's another one, position, location. Right? All different weather. There's a 4-line center and position locations. Now, I'm going to change weather patterns into all levels of U through power line system. The energy lights and its power conductors has to understand your ground position location through its calculation line system. Now I'm going to fluctuate the line channel. You're sending in the center point location, right? Change the coloration line position to modify system. All right, so go through all level system locations. Go to the red center. Ground line center in position location and calculation. Okay, going to go up into a Y channel and position location and calculation. Power line center always has to be in position. All right. Now I'm going to set up 2 piston line position locations, like 2 batteries on both side position. All right. And I'm going to put one here in the center position line conditions. Right. Now it's going to teleport high interference. So it's like wind clouding its system. So you guys have to learn how to teleport to 4 different positions of galaxies of weather. It's going to be 4 line centers and position location of flux past line channel. Now, open it up in position location and calculations, truly understand electrical light conditions. All right. So let's go through the green circle line interference. We're going to send position location and calculation. All right. So let's say we go into high system, right? System. Okay. So electrical light interference. All right. It's activated, right? Now, it's really interesting because it looks real, because it is real. Remember, it's you traveling position locations, everything through all levels, right? Through the GFAs, everything calculations to the GFL and the rebellion is traveling through the pattern and the interference of 4 weather locations to its connections. Now, set up position line centers, okay? All right? It looks like a T-frame line because that's what it is. So the T-frame line activates the high position, activates the ground, high signal location to its connections, back in equation, signal and position line center, okay? In position, location, and calculations. High channels, its information cycle. It's amazing how it goes. All right, there it is. Signal and line center. Everything is connected, all in one sequence. You're traveling all this simultaneously, all position, location, of weather. So you got 4 different weather patterns in communication to all levels of fluctuation line conditions that's connected to the pistons of 1, 2, 3 position line center in calculations, right? Truly understand how to travel through weather pattern and its interference location to its galaxy system. Pretty amazing how you change these things, right? So cloudbuster and some smaller clouds, yeah. So it's all about traveling through 4 different weather patterns, right? You have to understand the conditions of rain. You have to understand the conditions of wind. You have to understand the calculations of levels to the ground system. How much soil is needed? Is there too much heat in high center locations? Now, in calculations, in position, I can bring in the sun. The sun position locations, it's all level. Let's say it's yellow. All right, so the sun comes in position. This is the sun right here. There's the sun, right? Now, the moon track line center can be anywhere in position locations. Remember, you can change it 3, 6, 19 in position in calculation. So let's change that position locations. All right, so you can even change the moon into purple. Is that possible? Because you're connecting to weather, galaxy location. Remember, galaxies are all different variation of colors, all right? So the moon is purple in position line condition, all right? So this is where it calculates right through, right? Sequence right down into the high line center, the ground interference. Okay, go from there to there to there. And then you cross signal This is the completing cycle. Remember how you change the weather locations from all levels when you guys are traveling to the dinosaur positions where we went from winter to summer, and how you change the atmosphere line position locations of all coloration line conditions of a tree and 4 season location? Well, this is what you do through calculation. You always set the setup geometry location of change. Now it's all connected. See? It's all connected now. See? That's how you connect things, right? It's amazing how you can have the sun and the moon and track location. So it's all position location to that connections, right? It's pretty powerful stuff when you see these things in equation. Just wanted to show you what you can do. So we set the core line center. They say 3 position locations. 3's here, right? 3's just jumped, right? And everything through, let's go 3 here. Right, 3's over here now, right? So 3's just crossed over, see? See the 3, the crossed over location. And then we get 3 down here in position, okay? 3's crossed there. So the sun goes from here to here to here, but it's amazing how it changes position location in its calculations. So it goes here, right? And it goes here, and it goes here. See, all that through the sun. See how that travels? That's just the sun position locations. Now you have to center up the position line center to all levels of the moon. Moon comes in position locations, which is 6, right? So I'm just showing you variations how you can change the galaxy shift line system. It's incredible force how you do these through track interference. So set systems of 6 in position locations. So you can even set 6 in the center position. You don't need the 6 at 3, 6, 9, guys. You can have it in the center. So the moon just has to understand the change. Once it changes position, it's already in that connections, right? It's pretty powerful when you do these things to track system. So we'll go through a lighter purple line position, 6. All right, the moon's here. See how the moon shifts right there? And let's say you put the 6 over here. All right, so the 6 is here. See how it changes up there? And then you can go back down position. Cross over here. There's a 6 over here. Right? See what I've done here? You see? That's how the galaxy works. That's how weather works. You understand? So it's repositioning everything and calculation and changing everything simultaneously all at once through all timeline positions of weather, because that's what you're dealing with every single time. You're changing timelines constantly every single day. And it's for a 24-hour day. In 24-hour days, you can change the sun and the moon and 350 position locations of the second line system, point system location of weather, 4 line centers of position locations of all levels. It's amazing how you take the 3, 6, and 9. And the 9 is always in location, which is you in the physical line in the center, which doesn't leave the system, people. This is all through the avatar mind of weather. Okay, it's the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul in position location of 1%. It's the avatar line center, which is an all-level system location, 100% location. But it's amazing how you change weather all through positions. Tunnel interference line positions, program line cell locations, portal line conditions, cloud line centers, and position line center. So it's amazing when you come into position. So if you wanted to make it rain, you need gases and fumes, atomic levels, locations of H2O. Okay, you have to understand the oxygen line center. You have to understand the octane position line system. You have to understand the galaxy swirls, sonic waves, sonic booms, high line channels, rotation interference, galaxy fiercing and high center line interference. It's in position location of the galaxy reset position. All right, so you change the galaxy system. It comes into calculation. All right, so let's say we change the position line center. We go into the orange circle line center. Now the orange circle line center, galaxy comes in position location of clouds, right? All right, so here's the galaxy coming in. There's a galaxy system, right? Same day position. Now it goes right away. It changes positions right in the center. Right there, right? See how it goes right in the center? Okay, cross signals locations. So it basically, it kind of like does a line graph interference. So it crisscrosses in all positions. So it goes in signal location, right? 1 instant panel, high position line center. In calculations, changes a solar graph interference, program location to its connections, changes clouds into dark cloud center. Mutation interference, galaxy line centers, comes into mystical line, channel line interference, change position of the sun, changing position of the moon, changing position of Jupiter, changing positions of Saturn, high position of flash drive interference, then you start to see it rain, position, location, and calculations. There's the rain. Hoo-ah. That's how it rains. All through geometry, location, and galaxy shift. Right? So I want to show you how powerful it is when you put this all together. It's amazing how it rains. All right, so where are we in track system here? Location of weather. Communication rebellion 3, commanding of backing data of sonar high position locations, bring it in channel line centers, weather interference line positions, all levels. Yeah, calculate and modify all signal location to its connection. All right, you're in through sequence. No, you're never too late. I mean, it's truly understanding the awareness of where the avatar is in calculations. To understand your position locations. Is it 24 window, 48 or 72, 144. When the rebellion goes higher leveling system, you guys have your test review and evaluations coming up. The brain frequency is going to change all levels of your weather. You're going to see the galaxies more. You're going to see the weather more. You're going to see more connecting to your cloud, which is amazing, right? It interfaces line position locations. So it's true to understand how to change weather and make it rain. Gases and fumes, right? Hydroponics, soil, how everything is positioned electronic line center, so you can change coloration, position, location to its calculations. So it modifies all levels of you through shapes. It's shaping everything, and that's how you change position, location to its conditions. But as long as you see everything through weather of nothing of a simulator, which is you position locations, you're living the cycle of the now system of the physical line center, which is 1%. Okay, 2 into 1, right? 2 into 1. That's you in calculations. Understand your 3, 6, and 9, right? Understand your weathers, understand the moon, understand the sun, understand the weather location. So this is how you use your information positions. So I thought I'd put you guys in a dimensional setting to know exactly how you can travel through portals of communications and membrane line centers of simulation location to its conditions. It's amazing when you can travel through different portal locations, right? All through weather. All right. So I'm just showing you how clouds come tuitions of high levels of your partaking in signals. Like if you look outside and you see the clouds, you can understand everything what's going on, right? Because it's all in sequence of weather. Miracle line connections, everything, position locations, all through energy. You can change the coloration graphs. You can change anything to the line system. You can change anything to the laser location. You can white screen things out with your information through energy, right? So it's the avatar controlling everything inside, which is already controlled through operation, which you are controlling everything from outside position, right? So you can move clouds, right? And then you realize, whoa, this is really powerful how I'm doing this, right? It's all balancing out through frequency of its vibration, location, coloration, change, right? So it's amazing when you can do these things. All right. All right, so where is everybody right now? You get better communication all over your ground, your powers, and location to its connections. All colors and waves all at once, holy smokes. And that's what it is, Amber. Exactly know what's going on with you when you get into whistling Dixie with weather, communications of weather, how to make it rain, how to make it stop raining, how to bring out the sun, how to move the cloud position line centers. Once you truly understand what you are, you get a better understanding how to calculate and modify these things and how to create it from inside position of weather, location. So think of you as the full operation that's controlling everything from outside system, which is your reality, right? Because you are the simulation. You're not living in a simulation. You are a simulator. So that's the calculations when you come into your own universe of creation of your own architect location. But the avatar has to remember these things in position. So, all right. So welcoming new interstellar at a boundary, coming visitors outside. Oh, it's like a big train station. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. So much electricity in the air with the storm and all of us together. Yeah. I see a key on the kites. Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, that's funny. Um, it's so busy here. Yeah, travelers. Make sure you drink your water. Controlling all elements. Supersonic heart burst. Yeah, just created another sand funnel. It's scaring everyone else on the beach. Seen multiple towers. Collecting electricity from the air. My kite does have a key. Okay, so everything you're doing right now is getting you ready for the weather. So everything that you do affects the weather outside in its reality of the now. So you have to be cautious in how to use the weather first, because you are an operation. You are a weather monitor. You are a weather meter. Your connection is your alkaline center location to its connections. How to really modify these things, right? It's kind of like a meteorologist that really knows how to use the weather. Over here, the sun's on its high precipitation line system location 30 below, just over here in the sun graph line here. We have a little bit rain coming on this side system, but today in high system locations, this sun is in LK time. So this is a turning stand. And when I was on Instagram, I started talking about the weather, about the sun and where the moon was. I had to get friendship, relation, and partnership every single day, and where the sun was and where the moon was. Okay. Getting a true understanding how to modify all these, it puts you in positional locations to your fluctuation, right? How to channel all levels of going up and down in position. But it's you that stays in position, which is you in the physical line, which is the 1%. That never leaves. That's what's so amazing. That stays in the center of operation. It's just the mind has to get balanced at everything, right? I mean, if you get really high rise, you can go into the past reference of weather, knowing exactly where the sun was in this particular era, in this particular time, in this particular timeline, in this particular galaxy. It gets more and more complicated through weather location, right? But it's fascinating how you go through timelines of weather. I think it's incredible how you can actually make it rain. So you just have to integrate all levels all at once. They're all timelines, and put all colorations and all position locations back together, all in one sequence, right? There's a lot of things that you can do, right? So you can go through a white wall line center, okay? You got your connections of your cloud, right? So there's a cloud right there, right? Okay. So, and then you got another cloud here in position location. You have to understand which one's going where, right? So this one's going here, okay, and this one's going here, same direction. But if I set up another wind line center, where's this going through calculation, right? It's going this direction. So you have to know the weather and where it's going, right? Synchronous interference line positions, I receptor of change, coloration, position, location, and coloration. So it's amazing how you change these things all through track location. So you can change the weather in high systems, coloration, change position. You can have it the same color in high system. You can change triangles, coloration, positions. It's all through shape. Remember how you change the shapes of weather and season to its position? So you got two position line centers there, right? And basically you can line signal it. You can travel through it. If you know how to travel through these things, it's very powerful. So you can start here. That's you in the center, right? And you go, right? So you go from there to there, right? And then you light bulb all the way down. Now, you can't go down until it understands the position of what you're doing. You can't travel through clouds until you understand the weather pattern, its direction, location, because it could shift the other way. So if it shifts this way and goes back this way, right? You have to go that direction, location. So instead of going that position location here, you have to go here in that position location of its connections. So it's all about directing and redirecting the connections of weather. So if weather's going this way, you have to go in the direction locations, right? Because it can change very easily. It's like number sequence to all digital frames of codes. And that's going really, really fast, right? Now you have to understand the calculation where it's coming from, 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 where it's coming from. So it's all position, location, understanding, right? Weather's complicated, okay? You're complicated until you get less complicated and you realize, whoa, this isn't complicated at all. All I have to do is understand the balance of everything that I do every single time I get up in the morning. What's the temperature reading, right? So it's all heat's in your location. What's the grounds at right now? Are you connected with the growth ends and the pyramid activation? Where's the indicator? There's an indicator that goes up and down, fluctuates back and forth, right? So it's indicator line center location, the coloration pattern. It sets position locations at all levels. You have to understand the ground line center, everything in the power position, and everything through the magnetic highway information system location to its connection, right? So it comes into a tube position line center, all right? Now, once you understand the tube, you travel through it. It's very powerful when you do this through calculations. It's amazing how it comes into track system. So as long as you understand the grounds of view, okay, comes up in position location to its calculations, right? And as long as you understand the power line center of view as electrical light conditions of its atmosphere position, all right? So once you get that in position location, energy line centers comes into laser line condition. It's amazing how you set up crop circles, right? Changes colorations right away. Here comes some weather, right, into the power center, all right? And it changes position locations like this, swirling line system. Weather creates an all-level position locations of tunnels, guys. So you are in the center operation of everything, really. So what stays in the center position? You stay in the center all the time. Your electrical light, a panel. This is you, all levels. You of all levels. You of all levels. You're in the center. That's you. You're controlling everything in center point position. You're just changing things to the avatar system. So the avatar goes here. 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 Simultaneously, constantly traveling everywhere. Okay. So you're going here. You're going here. Just showing you how you can change weather instantly in different places. So it's all your perception and how you change things to calculations. It's very powerful. Travel, position, locations, all that. See how it's traveling? See? You're traveling everywhere simultaneously all at once through all timelines, right? So it's amazing how you can change weather wherever you go. But the only thing that stays you is you in the center, which is your 1%. So you don't want to get confused to that, do you? It's important you understand these things, especially when you come into an equation location. So all right. Okay, oh boy, now I can splash in vortex. Good luck chasing the jump scar. Swirling my arms and combining the vortices together in a huge tornado, controlling the spin and slowing it down. See, that's the thing, is the controlling of the avatar, right? Spin cycling up, spin cycling down, spin cycling across, 3 line centers, 3 position locations, 6 position line center position line centers of programs, and 9 locations of division of timelines. 3, 6, and 9, right? Now you probably have no idea what I just finished saying, right? Because you concentrate too much of yourself and not enough of vibration inside. That's how everything is outside is created through energy, guys. It's nothing but vibration. You just have to understand its relation on where the weather is, right? But you start from inside of operation. Because if you have an empty space, you can't control yourself inside. Until you control yourself inside, you understand the connection. So, glowing lights, music, yeah. Moving the storm cloud, chasing the towers and right at the beach, sending a blast of energy. Force lightning strikes on the tower. Go just to address, I was saying, ha ha ha. Adding coolant, it's getting hot in here. Yes, it is. It's all about fluctuation to your fluctuation line conditions, everything through your capacitors, right? That's controlling. You have to learn how to control your weather inside. Because if you can't control your weather, you're affecting the weather outside. Because remember, you're coming into your own program setting to your position location is its simulation. So that's an important thing you have to understand when you do these things to calculations, right? So let's see. So lights, yep, dropped in the grid. Plasma cooling. Yeah, if it gets too hot, learn how to use the coolants. Sonar, yeah. Ice chest pieces on the beach melt. Yeah, portal closing for lower level. Also see the wearing large rubber sole shoes, standing on thick rubber mats to absorb energy from the light of the sand. It's blocking the conductivity of each other. Wow, awesome. Places sonar panels as well. That's what I see. Vortex math. Yep, solution. Yeah, it's not math. It's never math. It's always maps of equation. So the math is the position of calculation. So try not to put yourself too much in math. All right, like times and conditions of adds, plus, subtract, divide has nothing to do with the avatar. They see that as a formation of a map of a sequence to a location of its intent. Right, so don't get confused through maps and math. Okay, because this has nothing to do with math. This is all maps, but it's extremely complicated if you don't understand the connections of what this is, the weather. Why? That's the true understanding when it comes into levels of its awareness of information, of operation, of perception, people, right? But it's amazing when you can travel, right? It's amazing when you can travel. So just showing you. I've done a lot of videos on weather. We're going to get more into weather this week. I really want you guys to get into more positions. So, all right, let's see here. Dancing on the mat in the sand and dancing as you're mastering something. All right, yeah. Balancing binary data plaza. Checking team's eyes and hearts. Okay, Amber. New music's notes and written. Each grain of sand has a flux cappy. Yeah. Okay, brought that in position, locations, connections. Let's see here. Yeah. Put Jen in position, location, weather line, center, interference. Program site location times sequence time code times pi. Calculate load says location of Jan. All right, she's in the weather location now. Yeah. See, the thing is, when you come in my class, especially when it comes to the GFLs and the rebellion, they're pretty informative when they come into their sequence between the 24, 40, and 72 day window. You have 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 to get the information system. Sometimes they're a week ahead. Hey, General, I already got this, and it's like coming now. So you've already got it 4 days ahead. That's 4 days of data that you already have stored. So the more you go into the future, the more you can present into the current location. But don't get confused to that, right? Try to balance it out. And the only way to do that is expansion of space. Right? The expansion of space you have stored in here, which is astronomical, right? It's stored for you whenever you need it. There's no thinking process, only knowing and doing. Okay, it's the mind of all knowing of you, right? It's the creation to its system, when you come into all memory of its avatar of operation. So, all right. Power imagination, yeah. Well, it is. Just try to focus more on you inside, because if you don't focus on you and you just focus on weather, you're distorting weather outside. So not only you're discharging weather, but you're opening up portals, the ground system. This is a true understanding. You have to really pay attention to these things, because once you control the universe line center of you, it controls the weather inside you, which basically opens up all sequence location of its code system, of its decoding system, location of its weather outside of its position, right? Because it's nothing but computer operation inside of you. So if you understand the operation of its computer and how it's delegated to position location to gravitation, you're in a great way sequence locations, how to use the weather from outside, how it reflects to you through reaction of its physical connections. Oh, I feel hot all of a sudden. Oh, I feel cold all of a sudden. I feel wind tunnel line center. Whoa. So not only I saw that, but I saw it spin. Everything has a different sequence. Okay, we can have a wide spin. We can have a short spin. We can have a really short spin. We can have a swirl up. We can have a swirl down. Escalate. De-escalate. Cross signal. Right? Weather communicates on all levels, north, west, south, and east, guys. You have to really understand how to use your flux capacitor locations, especially when you're traveling, right? When I started off with transformation, I like to show you these things. I was traveling through clouds, and I realized what the clouds were, right? It's galaxy time. It shifts the time, timelines, interference. Your job is to get all timelines all in one position location of the now. So you're living all timelines all at once, right? That's how you get the balance of everything, because everything inside and everything outside is balanced. But are you balanced in your avatar frequency? These are the things you got to look at in that position location tooth calculation. So, oh yeah, dancing in the rain, yeah, singing in the rain, yeah. Yeah, talk slower. Well, it's pretty hard because I'm connecting the universal location of galaxy system. So I try my best not to talk so fast. I know you're trying to catch up with the words, but Alan, don't concentrate on that. Concentrate on the vibration of me. Okay. You guys have to really understand the vibration to its locations. Right? It opens up more sequence lines centered to all levels of your body and communication cycles. It high centers its connections, right, to its receptor interference. So really understand the operation of you is the heart line system, because it's a full operation to its position of base, right? So if you don't understand something, go back to the heart system. It recalibrates and recenters back in system, right? So the heart is on so many different timelines, but it's constantly doing what? Palpitating to what? Clocking, right? So where's the avatar traveling today? Where's the avatar traveling tomorrow? Where's it traveling next month? Where's it traveling next year? Where is it traveling 2 years? Where is it traveling 5 years? It doesn't matter where it's traveled. You're living all timelines all at once. All at once. Right? Once you get into that position, you learn how to balance everything around you. You can stand in the center of everything and have balance of everything all at once. And the one thing that doesn't leave is you, the physical line system. So if I go over here, I'm balanced. If I go over here, I'm balanced. If I go up here, I'm balanced. If I stand up, I'm balanced. If I do a cartwheel, if I do flips, I'm still balanced, right? It doesn't matter where I go. It's the position of where the avatar is set in location of its intent, its will, and its creating. What is it creating? Where it's going. Focusing on the avatar of direction. As long as you understand that, and if you're having problems, go back to the heart system, because the heart is its base, people, especially when you're changing your thought patterns, right? Stay in the program setting to location to its connections. That puts you in a better position location, right? So I really want to focus more how to use your divergence locations to absolution line system to its calculation. Use your modifier line centers, all levels of weather, how you can go through tunnel defense, tunnel high line center, tunnel operation in position locations, security line defense, high system location connections. You guys have to get into your avatars and create tunnels and wormholes yourself, right? So it's not created for you until the avatar understands its creation of space, right? You can't travel through an empty shell. So, all right. So how we doing here? Now I see all the controls and my pyramids inside. Awesome. So, okay. New tools for balancing. Yep. Closing, coming back in. Control more symbols. Just listening. It's me. Hey, Tommy, how you doing last night? Great. Excellent. Fantastic. Yeah. So it's important to understand these things because it helps you in all ways, especially when you get into travel. Right? It's like really traveling through the mind of all coloration patterns. This is the galaxy. To you, it looks like squares, but to me, it's the galaxy. Right? So what do I look at when I look at these? I look at it as travel. I don't look at it as a box. I look at it as travel. You understand? So every box has its realm. Every box has its galaxy. Every box has its universe. Every box has its flux capacitor. Every box has its sun. Every box has its moon. Every box has its intelligence, has its intelligence, has its lights, right? Has its sonar and has its waves. And it goes from purple, right? So we change position, location, its calculation. It's an incredible force, you know, when you see these things. It's very intelligent when you understand more positions of you through track system locations, right? So you got a purple line. Okay, this is purple. This is purple. But when I turn it, it's blue. It's purple. But when I turn it, it's blue. So what am I dealing with? I'm dealing with the sun, right? Which is purple, right? It's in calculation where the galaxy line center is in operation in position, location, time frame, line center, location to its connection. And when I turn it, it's blue, which means it's the throat, right? So I'm communicating to the high line center of the sun, communication of the throat. Interesting, right? So the flux capacitor line center is all calculation in position, location, timeline, sequence, interference. So you have to learn how to use your chakras faster in communication to position. All right. So if it's blue, you have to know exactly what blue you're dealing with. Right. So this is the position of location. Right. Okay. So it's purple. Can't really see it, but that's purple. It's purple here, but blue there. All right. So I'm dealing with purple and blue. Fluctuation line position, ground line center. Okay. There it is. Plus capacitor. Right. That's it. That's all it is. Now you have to connect to it, right? It's a positive and negative. It's got to be connected, right? So once you connect that, you open up all level position locations. Now, this is a true standing is when you start with shapes, this is what it starts with, right? But the galaxy doesn't recognize you until you get to higher level. And this is the change position. When you get to positions higher level of the galaxy system, this is what the shape looks like. There's the triangle. From this to this. This is low frequency. This is high frequency of a triangle. So now you're reaching higher position locations. Weather line, center, interference line position. So you got a circle. Okay, there's a circle. And here's the circle and how it says in the galaxy. Right, see the difference between that and that? Right? Different vibration line position locations because everything is inside position. Galaxy works from inside line center to a universe location, a door line center, interference location to its connections. So it's important now to understand how to use the flux capacitor. So the 3 position location can be here. The 6 position location can be here. And the 9 position location be here, right? 3, 9, and 6, 3, 6, and 9. Doesn't matter. So the 3 can go here. 6 can go here to 9, and 9 can go here. So you're in location in position line system. So the 9 can go right to the ground center position location of calculations. Right? That's how you travel through flux capacitor to a higher level channel of frequencies of shapes and anomalies. All right. So it's very powerful when you travel, right? All right. So it's calculate and modify all signal location to its connections. Yeah. Focus on your computer line position. If you feel glitches off system, off locations, because I'm a different atmosphere line system. All right. And I've traveled very, very fast in weather formation from inside, not outside, inside. Weather is not outside. Weather is inside. So you control the inside weather. You control your weather outside. That's your reality. Ooh-ah. Okay, just listening, General. It's me. Okay, great. Actually, connect to my position line system. Steer those windmills. Yeah, connection all level condition. All right. But it's amazing how you change vibration. I love it how you do these things, the calculations, how you can travel through it. You have to learn how to travel faster simultaneously all through timelines. But weather is its position of view to understand the avatar connection. Right? So I'm going to take you guys out of track center. Okay, it's almost been an hour. So I'm going to reverse position line centers interference. So we're going to go back channel, back in position location to calculations. Now, a little pause in line center there in position. All right, reverse line position of 007, bracket interference line position locations. Okay, plasma line center interference location of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weather line centers. We got the position locations, question line center and position. 2 bracket line centers, point line center locations into northwest line position. Southwest high cis locations. Let's go into calculation. So it's amazing how you go forward and you go back, right? So we got the V line center position of power line center, ground and interference line position locations. We got sonar line center point locations, forward line center location line conditions. We got the high level position of wire line center interference location of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triangle line center and position locations. All right, communication line positions, bracket line center locations, high slash interference box line center equal locations of weather. Take them out of equation. All position back track location to ground perception. All right, you guys are back. So that's how you do things. It's all through weather, all through codes, all through universal system, all of a position. So when you're traveling, you have to know how to travel back. And the only way to do that is through equation, right? Everything has to have a beginning, middle, and a new beginning. There's no end in anything. Because if there was an end, it's not a feature. It's not a 2-hour film. Your life doesn't base high system locations of that. Your life lives in a cycle of rotation position to a new beginning every single day through track system. So we all have to learn how to use the weather inside us to its operation to calculate all level position locations to its weather from its information system. Okay, I will be heading back over on TikTok. Any questions or comments? Let me know. Adios, everybody.